In this video, I'm going to walk through with you the concept called the heat of conversion inspired by my very own experience during this lockdown. And one of the toughest questions I always have with me and my wife during this lockdown is knowing what to eat. So therefore, there was one day when I was doing my grocery shopping and I went to the frozen meat department and I bought the frozen meat, brought it back home, store in the fridge. When it's my time to cook, I had to take it out from the fridge to defreeze, to warm it up, to heat it up, and then to cook and to grill that frozen meat. And while there was one day I was cooking at home, there's a huge surge of inspiration that I had. So while there was one day I was cooking and I realized that we need to take some time to defreeze, to heat, to cook the meat before we eat them. The very same idea, we need to think in terms of nurturing our prospects and customers before they hit the purchase button. So what do I mean? Now the frozen meat analogy will go by this sequence: frozen, defreeze, warm, heat and grill. Now, I would like you to think in a similar way. Before we sell to our audience, how can we better make them transit from one stage over the other in order for us to prepare the selling cycle? So what do I mean? So I would like to introduce you the 5 stages of conversion for you to better have a sense of clarity. Let's begin with L1. L1 are people who are not interested. So these are the prospects who are not keen, not interested, don't know what you sell, don't know who are you. Chances are they are in the cold category. If we continue to heat them up, to provide more value, to engage and to communicate with them, we will then move them to an L2. L2 is a neutral stage. A neutral stage is when they say, okay, I know that you exist, I don't have any preference in buying, so this is just a neutral stage of buying. So if you continue nurturing them, providing value, communicating with them, and engaging them, you will then move them to an L3 stage, which is called the buy stage. Now the buy stage is when people say, I will buy from you someday. When? I do not know. When I need, I will come and talk to you. So it's very vague and it's very abstract. If you continue adding value to them, communicate with them, engage with them, and provide a sense of USP, you present to them, you will move them to the next stage called L4. L4 is called the buy later stage. It's when they say, I like your product, I'm gonna buy next week, next month, 3 months from now. And if you continue adding value, giving you very good timely offer, providing communication, engagement with them, you will then move them to L5, which is a buy now category. And the reason why I'm so excited to share this with you is because the old way of selling is always to look at whether you convert your sales or not. The new way of selling would invite you to look at your customers and your prospects right now. Instead of seeing they buy or they don't buy, the question is, at which stage are they at right now? Because there are different strategies that would work for different stages. For example, from L4 to L5, you will need to negotiate. But you can't negotiate with people who are in the L1 category because they are just not interested in you. For example, if you're going to move people from L3 to L4, you will need to present your unique selling point, which again might not work if you are telling to an L1 prospects, which again, they are not interested in whatever you sell or whatever you do. So therefore, this model will provide you a sense of clarity in knowing at which stage is your prospect at right now and what strategies would work very well specifically at each and every of this sales conversion stage. Therefore, in the next video, I'm going to walk through with you specific steps that you can do in order for you to better connect, convince, and convert your customers during this time. And I will see you in the next video.